What's up? Welcome to the Pretty Decent Podcast, the podcast that barely meets expectations. My name is Javier, and I'll be your host. So relax, grab some snacks, and enjoy. All right, now let's get to the episode. Why is it that all of the cologne or perfume commercials that have models, like all the male models look the same? And it's not like the same person is in every commercial. It's just like they all have the same similar characteristics. So I think, they should hire someone like me, like an average Joe. I kind of wish my name was Joe, but like just an average person, like make it realistic. Like except the commercials with Johnny Depp, those are really good. Is it Dior? Yeah, I can stand behind those commercials because they were the only company with like all of the stuff that was happening between him and Amber Heard that were still supporting him. So props to you, Dior. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Pretty Decent, episode 62, I think. Probably. It's in the title. It's either 62 or 63. I don't know. It's late. It's 11:45 p.m. on a Saturday. And you know how we do things here. We leave everything for the last minute, and then we're running at the last minute to pull out an episode because tomorrow we have plans, and Monday we have plans, and I want to get this episode out this week. So here we are. Hopefully, some minor editing will be used in this episode because I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours editing. But hey, here we are, and we're thankful because we have another day and we get to record another episode for you guys. So welcome back. You know me, Javier. It's your boy. And yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend, long weekend ahead of us. Well, it's already Saturday. So today was actually a very productive day, and I'm proud of myself. I woke up late, but I still managed to clean my entire house. I cleaned my bathroom. I cleaned my living room. I cleaned my kitchen. I cleaned, what else? My other spare room. I did my laundry, washed my sheets, washed my towels. I went on an 8K run to wrap up the first week of training camp for the marathon. I ate some Taco Bell because I was just craving some Taco Bell, and now here we are. And I don't know, man. It's been an interesting few days, to say the least. There's just so many things going on with like the sports world, the social media world, the YouTube world, everything. And my personal life is also going berserk right now, but man, I'm just trying to like find a way that I can cover all of this in under an hour. So we'll just get right into it right now and see where this episode takes us. And before I get started, you know what to do. I won't even say it. I'll just, you know what to do. I just don't want to say it, but you know what to do. But anyway, let's just, start with the sports world. So if the NBA, we're in the playoffs right now. The Nuggets are going to the finals after sweeping the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. And right now the Heat are playing the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Heat were up 3-0. And now the Celtics tied the series 3-3 after winning today with a last second putback layup. And boy, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm an NBA fan, and I love that we have a game 7 on Monday. But boy, I just want the finals to start. And regardless of whether the Heat would have swept the Celtics, the finals would have still started on June 1st. But man, I just know that if the Celtics make that comeback and end up winning the series and going to the finals, no one is going to be able to tolerate Celtics fans because they're going to be the only team to come back from a 3-0 deficit. I think right now it's 0-150 when a team is down 3-0 in the playoffs, I think it is. Yeah, in the entire playoffs. So I just know like no one's gonna tolerate the Celtics if they manage to make that comeback. And the Heat were so close to winning it today. And I was just so and Butler has had two bad games. It was game 6 and game 5 were just terrible. But I don't know if I can take it anymore because I just want to see the Nuggets play, man. I was only able to watch game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, and I just want to be able to watch them, man. And as a basketball fan, I want the media world to cover more of the Nuggets because the entire season the Nuggets were great, but no one paid attention to them. Everyone was fixated with the Lakers after the trade deadline and making all those changes and like making it to the playoffs after starting 2-10, which don't get me wrong, that was great. That was a great turnaround by the Lakers. They made it to the Western Conference Finals. They beat the Grizzlies and beat the Warriors, which is insane. But no one covered the Nuggets the entire season. No one was paying attention to the fact that the Nuggets were the best team in the NBA because everyone just fixated with the Bucks, the Celtics, the Nets and their drama, the Sixers and Joel Embiid, and then like always, we all knew they were gonna choke in the playoffs. Like you have Harden and Embiid and Doc Rivers. That's a clear giveaway that they're gonna choke in the playoffs. We all knew that. I don't know why everyone's surprised. Yeah, Embiid won MVP, but still, like we all knew they were gonna choke in the playoffs. It's that's their track record. And no, like what else? Where everyone was fixated on the Grizzlies and the Warriors and like how shitty they were the entire season, but no one was paying attention to the Nuggets. No one even was paying attention to the Kings, and the Kings were one of the best teams this season. So I don't know, man. I hate the people that are saying like, oh, like the finals won't get that many viewers if the Nuggets and the Heat make it to the finals, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, bitch, they are gonna get that. Those finals are gonna get a lot of viewers. You know why? Because real NBA fans will watch, no matter what team makes it. But everyone wanted Lakers Celtics, and I was like, yeah, obviously that's a rivalry that has been on for years and years. But let's be honest, the Celtics ever since, yeah, they have 17 titles, but 11 were what? Before the 80s, I think it was, when Bill Russell won all of them. Some of them were before the merger, so, like, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's impressive that Bill Russell was able to win 11 titles, don't get me wrong, but after Bird and his rings, Celtics haven't really done much. Like, they put too much credit on that title they won against the Lakers. But after that big four or big three, or if you don't want to count Rondo as part of the the big four, but they were pretty underwhelming. It's like it's funny because it's just like how when you look back on something that you enjoyed as a kid and you were like, oh yeah, this was like the greatest thing ever, and then you look back on it in the present day and you're like, yeah, this was shit. I don't know why I was like thinking it was like, oh. Don't get me wrong, there are some things like when you look back you're like, oh yeah, this was better than I remember. But now it's like when you look back on that Celtics team, they're like, I mean, they should have won more. They lost against the Lakers and what was it, 2010, I think, and then LeBron destroyed them in 2011 in the playoffs. So, and then that was when the big three was separated, and then that historically atrocious trade that the Nets, Man, the Nets really try to be relevant in New York, and they always the only thing that makes them relevant is making awful trades for players that are out of their prime or players that are problematic, and then they have to find a way to pick the pieces back up. But let's be honest, the Nets are never gonna win they're never gonna win a championship. I have a feeling the Knicks are gonna win before the Nets win the first title. So, just saying. But yeah, hopefully, by the time this episode comes out, if it comes out on Monday afternoon, the game 7 will be that night. If it comes out on Tuesday, we'll probably know who's going to play in the finals. So it could either be Nuggets Heat or Nuggets Celtics. So I kind of want it to be Nuggets. I don't know. After I don't even know if I want the Heat to make it. Knowing how strong the Nuggets are, I don't think any of the two teams are going to be able to compete against the Nuggets, because the Celtics are too unpredictable. You saw them in the first 3 games of this series. They were shit. They were destroyed by the Heat. They lost home court advantage. They lost both games at home, and game 3 was just embarrassing. But the Heat then, the past 3 games have been very bad because the Celtics have just been dominating them. So I don't really know what to expect about game 7, because honestly, the Heat were having a bad game today. It was lucky that they managed to get a lead at the very end of the game, and then that put in that Derek White made at the last second that won the game for the Celtics. Man, I just want to watch the finals. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask for? But anyway, and on the topic of the NBA, I have been very annoyed lately because the only thing that the media has been covering about the Nuggets is the fact that Jokic puts his wedding ring on his shoelaces. And that was reported 2 years ago. So why are you still covering it today? And that's the thing. The media didn't cover the fact that Jokic broke the record of triple doubles in postseason with 8 triple doubles, and he's probably gonna get 4 more in the finals, easy, because he's just built different. He is him. I give the title, since the Knicks are out of the playoffs and Himlin Brunson is no longer playing, I will give it to Nikola Jokic, and he is now titled Himola Jokic, because he is him. But anyway, it is just, don't get me wrong, it is an amazing gesture that he puts his wedding ring on his shoes and in his shoelaces, because as athletes they can't play with their wedding rings and stuff. But that was something that was covered 2 years ago. So why are you still covering it today, man? Cover the fact that Jamal Murray was injured, injured his ACL 2 years ago, and now he's just cooked the fuck out of the Lakers in the conference finals. Cover the fact that Aaron Gordon has been playing amazing. Cover the fact that Bruce Brown, former Nets, just also cooked the Lakers. Cover the fact that KCP beat his former team. Cover all basketball related stuff. Don't give me shit that was from 2 years ago just because you don't know what to report about the Nuggets, because you've been ignoring them the entire season. But anyway, now you're up to speed with the NBA. Because honestly, this season was pretty entertaining all around, with all of the stuff that the Heat were able to do in the postseason, because no one believed in them. Not even I did. And I'm not a Heat fan, but and the Lakers, they were kind of a big deal. But I was upset with what LeBron and the retirement thing, because that took the entire spotlight from the Nuggets. You know what you did, LeBron. You're just trying to get attention on yourself because you lost in the conference finals. And don't get me wrong, you got swept, but they were all close games. But it's just Jokic, man. It's the Joker. What are you gonna do, man? Okay. I need to catch my breath because that segment, I let out all of my NBA that has been cooked up for the past 2 months, because I don't have anyone to talk NBA with, because the person I used to talk about NBA when I was back home was my brother, and when I was in school for the first 2 years it was one of my friends, but then he left Bradley, and then my junior year I didn't really talk with anyone about the NBA, and then my senior year was my RA partner. So now I don't have anyone to talk to NBA with. So yeah, I just you're welcome. But yeah, a lot of things have happened this week. I don't know if you saw, but there was this YouTuber that um he I think this happened last year, and he was flying his plane, and then like he had to jump out of the plane because the plane was malfunctioning, and he like had to make it crash or something like that, and he was sentenced to, I don't remember her year, how many years it was, but everyone in like pilots in the airplane community, aviation community, were saying like, yeah, like he could have just like maneuvered the plane to land, because like apparently that area where he crashed was there were a lot of open fields, so there was no reason why he had to crash the plane, and then like when it first happened, he would say like he didn't do it for views or anything like that, but now like during trial, like he admitted that he did it for views and for content, so now he's convicted after crashing his plane on purpose, which it's insane. Like, I'm trying to think if I've ever done anything for views or for clicks, but honestly, like the most that I do is like deceiving with the title of an episode or something like that. But most of the stuff that happened to me like actually happened, but that's just because I'm pretty stupid, and the production team in my life just like decides to shit on me every now and then, mostly every time. But I don't know, it's crazy because it's even like when I was reading about that report, I would always think back on like the Logan Paul thing with the colorblind glasses, and his reaction, or like the stuff in like the forest in Japan, which I don't know how, like, because I to this day I still don't know how that video made it to YouTube, considering like someone else edits his videos. So like, as much heat as he got for it, which it was justified, no one pointed to the fact that the editor didn't say anything about it when he was editing the vlog. So you know what else has happened that I can think of? I mean, obviously, like I'm so it's embarrassing that I know so much about YouTube, but that's where like I take most of my content, like the things I consume are mostly from YouTube. Is like what's the name of this YouTuber? But he pranked. Yeah, it was a prank, where like he was it that he killed his girlfriend, faked killed his girlfriend. Hopefully YouTube doesn't ban this because they're so sensitive with words, but something happened, like he faked his girlfriend not living anymore, and then like he called his girlfriend's parents, telling them, and then like he tried using a Ouija board to talk to her, like from the dead and stuff like that. And I keep forgetting his name. It's so late, but I know, like, it's so stupid. But there's also that, like, those type of videos to try and, like, get the audience. And, like, it's so saddening, the fact that most of those views, you get them from kids that are on YouTube, because, like, those videos don't have any swearing or anything like that. And, like, the way that they're shot is like their face is, like, massive on the screen, and you're like, wow, and, like, just, like, shock value pretty much. Or yeah, I can't really think of any other instances in YouTube where it's like, it makes you think like they did it for clicks or something like that. Because the David Dobrik thing wasn't for clicks. Like, he's just an asshole. Because we're over in this podcast, we're Team Jeff. Fuck David Dobrik. I don't like him. I used to enjoy watching his vlogs, but after that whole thing with Jeff Wittick, that was just nah. I lost all respect for him as a creator. But who I am, he doesn't even know I exist. Like, what who the fuck cares? But what else? Right now I can't. I should have written down, because when I was reading that article with the plane stuff, I thought, like, so many came rushing to my head, but now, like, I'm blinking right now. But what else do we have here? Oh, apparently, okay, this is still in the sports world, but still kind of creepy. If you know Mason Mount, midfielder for Chelsea FC, which, don't get me started with Chelsea's season, because goddamn, oh my god, like, I'm still a Chelsea fan, but now I'm gonna support the women's team more than the men's team until they get their shit together, because it's just embarrassing at this point. Like, it's just embarrassing. Like, Bowley, like, get the fuck out of sell the team, sell it to the fans. Get the fuck out of it. You don't know anything about soccer or football. Like, it's football. You don't know anything about football. Like, just sell the team, stop spending so much money, bro. Like, we just need, like, I don't, knowing that we have Pochettino now, like, I'm so concerned. It's so stressful, because Pochettino is just, I keep reading about the way that he coaches and stuff, and every time I'm just like, man, like, you saw what happened when you give him a team with a lot of money. You saw what happened with PSG. It won't work, man. Like, we just spent £3 million in the transfer season. I think it was. It was probably less than £3 million, but 300 million pounds. That's the number. It's probably a little bit less than that, but still, like, he won't be able to handle the pressure. I mean, he was able to do it with Tottenham, but Tottenham is, like, irrelevant in London. Like, they're never gonna win a title. They choked when they could have won it the year Leicester won it, but and then they bottled the Champions League as well. So, and that just reminded me of what Dortmund wasn't able to win the league. Damn, today was such a sad day in sports, man. I don't even know if I want to record anymore. I need some time to recollect myself, because I'm just very emotional right now. I don't know why, but it's just sports, man. Anyway, we're back. All right. Okay, let's talk about summer vacations. Because everywhere that I see on social media, so I have some friends that went to Disney World, and I like seeing people's stories of them going on vacation, because I feel like I'm there with them when they post their stories. Like, I also have some friends that have been going to Europe, and I'm like, damn, that must be cool. Like, I kind of wish I could, like, go to Europe, and, like, I kind of want to go to London because of Chelsea, but kind of want to go to Spain, Italy, France, Belgium. I probably would be kind of dope. Do some traveling, but I thoroughly enjoy seeing people's stories, and it's like living the vacation through their eyes, if that makes sense. And it's like, especially if they put me in their close friends, I feel special because like, oh, like you think of me as like an actual close friend, you know, that you're willing to share that with me, even though you probably forgot I wasn't your close friends, but it still means a lot. And like I stopped posting to my close friends because I'm just like, I just I'm too lazy to be differentiating between like my close friends or not. Like if I were to put something in my close friends, I just don't put it at all in my stories. So, like what's the point? But yeah, just I like seeing people's stories, and it's just I kind of wish I would have done more traveling in college, but obviously, I really had the budget of a broke college student, so I could never like manage to do all the traveling that I wanted to do. Or, COVID was a thing for 2 years in my college career, so that was a thing. And what else happened in college that I wasn't able to travel at all? The whole visa thing with being an international student was also that. But like lately I've been wanting to just like, even like within the states, just like travel and like go places. But it's kind of sad that right now I'm starting to realize like work is so exhausting that you just don't have time to do a lot of the things that you want to do. And like I think, well, hopefully tomorrow I'll be going to Six Flags in St. Louis with my friends, which was a last minute plan, but still, like it's like seeing my friends going to Disney World and stuff like makes me want to go to an amusement park. And because I love amusement parks, I know people complain about standing in line in the heat and stuff, but I feel like those are like the best parts of going to an amusement park, because at least when I go with my family, that's when like, like you talk to them and like you hang out with them and stuff. And then like, yeah, like the ride is the ride, but like, it's just like, hang out with your parents and like your siblings and stuff like that. And like going to the parks and stuff. And I will say Disney World is very overpriced. Yes. But it's like the memories, right? Like like the last time I went to a Disney park, I still think of that very fondly. And obviously like, the very first episode of the podcast was about me going to Disney World and, submitting a project for my summer class during when I was in Disney World, which was kind of epic. Like, it was kind of cool. It's just, I completely forgot about that until like right now. So that's why I'm smiling so big. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, that was 2 years ago. And now like so many things have happened in the last 2 years, and seeing obviously like my growth and like other people growing and stuff, and like people around me getting engaged. And I know I talk about people getting engaged pretty much every episode now, but it's just crazy. Like I'm fucking 22 years old and I have people that are my age or younger sometimes getting married, having kids, getting engaged, and I'm here just like I can't even get a fucking date, and you're getting married and already ready to sign a mortgage on your house. My guy, like obviously I can't tell you how to live your life, but pump the brakes, man. Like, and it's just very sad because sometimes like I talk to strangers, right, when I'm like walking here or running and stuff, and like I ask them for advice because like that's just how I am. Like if it's like a senior citizen or whatever, and like they're nice and I feel like I can ask for advice, they're like, enjoy. They always say like enjoy your youth. If Because I always like they ask me like, oh, like are you dating someone or something? Because like I'm pretty attractive. Humbly, I'm pretty attractive. I know that. And I'm like, no, like I'm just here for work and stuff. And they're like, well, like enjoy your youth as much as you can, especially because, like knowing that I don't have anyone that ties me down, like try traveling and stuff like that, and like exploring and like finding yourself and all that stuff. Because they got married at a very young age and they weren't able to do that because pretty much like, obviously this is like different time, like 70s and 80s and stuff like that. So they would get married young and then like have kids a few years after marriage. So they were like 25, 26, and they already have like a few kids and stuff. So that, like, obviously when you have kids in the picture, it makes it a lot harder to travel and all that stuff. And then, like, the way that I see it, one of the reasons, apart from the fact that I can't get a fucking date, why I wouldn't want to get married early and young is because I don't want to get to that point where I get married young and then I have kids and then like get this resentment towards the kids, like, oh, because of you I wasn't able to do all the stuff I wanted to do when I was younger. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, and like obviously, like if I get married, when I get married, if I get married, and if I get to have kids and stuff, like I don't think that I would ever think of it like that, because like whenever I have kids, I know like it's because I want kids in that moment, if that makes sense. But I don't want it to get to that point of like this resentment, of like I didn't do all of the things I wanted to do because of them, you know? So that's why I'm like always like, I feel like I try to view things in like different ways as much as I can. Like I can see, obviously, like I'm trying to justify why someone would want to get married so early and so young, but I can't. Like, obviously, if you're in love and you love the person and you really think like that's the person for you, like obviously, like, go for it. And I'm not gonna judge. Well, I am judging people for getting married so young, but I feel like that's also kind of like the envy in me, because I want to have that where like I can have the privilege to share my life with someone, and like experiences and like explore the world and all that stuff. And perhaps, yeah, like you could be able to do that with once you're married, but I feel like once you get married, you get the expectation of like kids and stuff like that. And then like, I'm not saying that kids are a burden, but they definitely make things different. And obviously kids within itself are a blessing, because trust me, like I wish I hope I get the chance to have kids of my own, because having little versions of me would be so hilarious, because I know like I'd be a great dad, because I have like great father figures in my life, like my dad and my grandparents and Pedro Pascal. So, like great father figures. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it's the envy in me. I'm like, fuck, why are they getting married and I can't even get a fucking date? But then at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I couldn't get married this early. Like, I feel like I have so many things that I want to do with my life that marriage would definitely be more of a setback than like something that lifts me to my highest potential. Because I'm not saying like a girlfriend would be a burden on me. Obviously, like the stuff that I'm looking for in a partner is someone that can lift me up to my highest potential, and also me lift them up to their highest potential. But yeah, I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I'm getting married now. Who gives a fuck now? Like, who says you need a partner to be able to get married? You know what? Let's just plan out like a big ass party with a bunch of food and dancing and stuff, and we're just gonna celebrate me. It won't be my birthday. It'll be like, I don't know. Let's do it on, what's a good day to get married? I feel like September is already my birthday, so it would be kind of like obnoxious, like having my wedding anniversary also in September. August is my dad's birthday, so I don't want to like take the spotlight of him. December is my parents' anniversary, and my brother and his wife's anniversary, so I don't want that either. Okay, and if by May 2024, if by May Shit, that's my brother's birthday in May. Fuck. April is my mom's birthday. Okay, if by June, yeah, there was no birthdays in June. Okay. Oh fuck, my cousin's birthday. Damn it. Why does everyone have birthdays every month of the year? Fuck. If by fuck it. Okay, if by June, nah, not June 15. Cause June is what, the 6th month of the year? I kind of want like a cool digit. Okay, by June 9th, so stupid because it's 69. But June 9th, 2024, I don't have a partner. I'm gonna get married by myself. We're just gonna throw a big ass party for myself. I'm gonna plan it. I'm gonna ball out on it. I'm gonna start saving for it today. Cause today I'm gonna get engaged to myself. And this is just it. Javi, like we've been single for 22 years now, going into 23. And I feel like you don't get the credit that you deserve for being such an amazing person. So I was wondering if you wanted to give me the honor to be married to myself. Married to me. Fuck, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but fuck it. June 9th, 2024 will be my wedding to myself if I'm still single by that time, which probably I will be. Most likely I will be. Like, let's be honest, it's the track record, We're gonna have. Ooh, I'm trying to think because like I've been to a few weddings myself. Two as like a full-grown adult, and two with my family and stuff. Because I had my brother's wedding and like an uncle's wedding, and then I had like 2 college friends. So, what do we want at my wedding? Okay, we're gonna have an all-you-can-eat baked potato bar. Ooh, that sounds, like you can have like a loaded potato, like you just open that bitch up and then you like put some like cheese and like sour cream and like chili or bacon bits and stuff. Ooh, that right now would kind of slap, We're gonna have a taco bar. We're gonna have, for those of you that drink, we're gonna have an open bar, which I already did the math. It's somewhat cheap to have an open bar. The wedding's gonna be in the beach, so we're all gonna go to Cancun. We're gonna get litty in Cancun with the boys. What else? We're gonna have. I'm gonna find a way to get Bad Bunny to play in my wedding. Ooh. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna ask One Direction to make the reunion for my wedding. You heard it here first. One Direction is getting together on June 6th, 2024. Oh, fuck. June 9th, 2024. There's a lot of swearing in this episode. June 9th, 2024. One Direction reunion in my wedding. You heard it here first. And this is the only place you'll hear it. Because I'm already in contact with them. I'm like, yo, you want to come back together with the band so that you can sing at my wedding? So there you heard it here first. So if you're interested in attending my wedding, just let me know. The RSVP will be linked down below. You're all invited, like bring your family, bring your abuelita, bring your grandpa, bring your dog. Dogs are welcome to the wedding because I love animals. Like I'm also gonna get a pet raccoon because after watching Guardians twice, just raccoons are just probably pretty much like the coolest animal out there. But yeah, I'm just tired, man. I'm tired of just. I kind of want to see. I'm genuinely intrigued as to like, how do you know that you're gonna marry that person? Because like I know like I have the issue where like I'm talking to a girl and like like we start dating and stuff, and then like I start fucking playing scenarios in my head of like way down the road, way too early. And then obviously, like that doesn't play out good because then it all goes to shit because I do something. And then I just left there like an idiot. And then they try to come back. And then I'm like, and then like in that period where we weren't really talking anymore, I kind of realized like, yeah, they weren't as good as I had it in my head. So I'm like, I don't really think it'd be a good idea for us to, reconnect and like get back together. So I don't really think we should talk again. But then there's the other part of me, the romantic part of me, that is like, maybe this is part of the story plot. Maybe this is part of the story arc that we should go into a break and then like we're gonna get back together. But let's be honest, that'll never happen because my life is not a movie. Well, actually, fuck it. My life is a movie for the wrong reasons. So that's why. See, this is the main reason why every time someone from my past tries to make a comeback, I feel like it's part of the story arc. Because like if you look, obviously I haven't really gone too in depth into everything in my life, but pretty much all of the stuff that happens in my life is like out of a movie. Like if I were to tell you all of the stuff, it would be probably have to go into like the bonus episodes because those are like because the bonus episodes that I have planned are like more in depth into like my private life. But probably. But like if I were to explain and like share all of the stuff that goes in like my personal life, you'd think it is a movie. If you like, if obviously if I wouldn't, how do you word this? Like if I were to not mention the fact that it's me living that stuff, you would think it's a movie because it's just so absurd and like so out of this. Like you're like, what? How the fuck does that happen? How is that happen to someone? Like the whole stuff with like my previous relationship, which funny enough, Memorial Day is a fucking beautiful day with that past relationship. Like all of the stuff that happened with that, you're like, damn, like that's kind of like insane. And then like some stuff that happened in late 2022 and early 2023, you're like, huh, like, like, how does that happen to you? It's just, and it just makes me think because I'm like, am I really just like destined to just be in like this cycle of like where I'm like having such a great time by myself and like I'm doing great like right now, and then I'm like, ooh, I meet someone and now we're talking, and then I'm like, ooh, I think we might be able to have something, and then it's like, Javi, be careful, and then it's like it goes to shit, and then like I have to pick up the pieces, and then like they try to make a comeback, and then here's like where I'm at a crossroads where I'm like, should I let them back in and risk it, or don't let them back in and just realize that I'm just like not meant to be with them or with anyone at all. So it's just very confusing because even like talking to my therapist, it's just, I kind of wish I could get a concrete answer as to why the fuck all of this shit happens to me, because it just doesn't make any sense. Like even looking back at like the stuff that happened to me in my freshman year and my sophomore year, it doesn't make any sense. Like no sense at all. I mean, obviously like the growth and like figuring out what I want in a relationship and the last stuff is obviously like that's a good reason why like all of this stuff happens, but at the same time it's like, what's the point of going through the motions every time when it's gonna have the same outcome? all the time. And it's not like I'm going with like the mindset of like, oh yeah, this is probably gonna go to shit like in 3 weeks. Cause no, like once I'm in love, man, that's dangerous. Cause you won't be able to get me out of like cloud nine. And that's the thing, cause I'm starting to kind of feel it right now. So I don't know. You heard it here first. Reporting live. I think I might be falling in love, but we're not going to say who it is because I don't want to spark any controversies or anything like that. But hey, I don't know, bro. But this is just a what's it called? Delirium? Is that even a word? Let's look it up. Delirium. Sounds like a good word. Delirium. Yeah, it is a word. Hey, bitch, give me the word. The meaning, not the... Can't type. A disturbed state of mind or consciousness, especially an acute transient condition associated with fever, intoxication, and certain other physical disorders characterized by symptoms such as confusion. Agitation. Yep. It's just a delirium speaking, man. It's 12:30 in the morning and I'm very tired. So take everything that I said with a grain of salt. But I'm still flabbergasted every time I see someone getting married in their early 20s. I'm just, man, like it's just so much responsibility, man. Like I can't imagine, man, like already, like I'm at a loss of words. Like actually, like I don't know what to say, because obviously, like I'm happy for the couple. Like if I'm like someone's getting engaged and like they're getting married, but I'm just like so like, because I'm someone that whenever I'm gonna make a big decision, I always do a pros and cons list, and then like go through the motions with that. But because even like Jesus, even like me thinking if I want to even start talking to a girl and knowing the potential of possibly having something with them, I do a pros and cons list. I'm like, okay, what are the pros of perhaps me getting into a relationship with this person, and what are the cons? And then like boom, 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 boom. Obviously, sometimes there might not be as many pros as cons, but the pros might outweigh the cons, if that makes sense. Like if they're more meaningful, right? So, and also I hate that I live with the mentality of like high risk, high reward. So that's why I always like, no matter how many times I get my heart broken or I just get fucked over, I'm always like, I always go through the stage of like, man, fuck relationships, fuck this, fuck that, fuck. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, I'm ready to fall in love again and find my partner. Or, I don't know. It's crazy because it's so dumb. Like I'm never like, all girls are the same. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes I get into that mindset to get over what happened, but I'm never like, like, ew, women, but I feel like sometimes like I need to do that just to get out of like that slump of me like moping over a girl, because it's like, it's stupid to like, it's not stupid to cry, it's stupid to cry over something that it's immature, because obviously like it's okay to be sad about someone leaving, but at the same time you're a pretty cool person, so you don't really need to be sad because you still have yourself. So but anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up over there. It's kind of late, I'm tired, I need to go to bed because I have to wake up early tomorrow to drive to Peoria and then a 3-hour drive to St. Louis to go to Six Flags. So that would be interesting. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, June 9th, 2024, Cancun, my wedding. Obviously, if I have a girlfriend by then, wedding canceled. But if I don't have a girlfriend by May 9th, 2024, we're going to Cancun. So mark it on your calendars, mark it on your agenda. I don't even know when June 9th is going to be, but if it's a Wednesday, take the whole week off, just do it. But we're going to have a pretty decent wedding on June 9th. But anyway, it's been an honor. It's always my pleasure to be able to do this for you. And hope you had fun, with my delirium. That's the word of the day, delirium. But I'll see you guys probably in 2 weeks. If something interesting happens, maybe less. But I'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Keep killing it. Enjoy the summer. It's very nice outside. So, go out. I love that I've seen so many people started running, and it fills my heart with a lot of joy. So thank you so much for all the support. It really means a lot to me. And I'll see you guys in episode 63. This was episode 62 of the Pretty Decent Podcast with Javier Sierra. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Peace. We're going to wrap up this episode, me chugging this LaCroix. Let's go. I can't do it. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.